I'm going to explain the concept of the resources that you would need for trade analysis and trade execution. By execution, I mean entry. When you analyze the market, you're basically analyzing the market for two reasons. You're trying to ascertain or find out the direction of the market, one, and then two, you're trying to find out when to jump into the market if you have found the direction. For example, the guy that is surfing with the surfboard in an ocean with heavy tide, he makes his decision, and he considers two things in surfing. He considers, first of all, he considers the direction of the wave of the water, because he doesn't want to surf against the direction of the wave. All right, and then two, he considers the height of the water to jump in, because he doesn't want to jump in when the water level is low. Yeah, let me look at this. He doesn't want to jump in at this level. The water level is low here. He wants to jump in when the water level is high, because this height would enhance his movement. This height would support in pushing the surfboard for him, reducing the pressure that he needs to exert in surfing. So you can see this guy, the water, this water shape is helping the surfboard to slide. This one will not give much effect, so he has to wait until this water level rises up to this point before he jumps in. So like we said, we've established the fact that the surfer considers two things in surfing. He considers the direction of the water wave, and then he considers the height of the water. So if the water is going left, he knows he's going left. But before he jumps in to go left, he needs to be sure that this wave has risen up to a point, and then he jumps in. So we are bringing the same concept back to forex trading, and we'll be considering the resources that you need to help to tell you the direction of the market. And then when you know the direction, you have another resource that will tell you when to jump into the market. So all of that will come under trading resources. And let's just quickly look at some of the resources. We'll be talking about doji. Doji is a candle type. So we were looking at candle type, candle property, and candle pattern. So we're looking at doji candle, the engulfing candle, the hammer or slash shooting star, the morning star slash evening star, the confluence of trend line and supply or demand zone, and the confluence of trend line and support or resistance. So we'll start off with the doji. The doji. Now let me explain. First of all, we need to understand we need to understand the properties of a candle. The properties of a candle. So I will open a chart here to try to explain the property of a candle. All right. Let me use a current market. I hope this thing is online. It's not online, so I think I will just connect it online so that we'll see live price movements. Alright, so now let's use this as an example. Remember that we have different time frames for the chart. If I switch this chart to 4 hours time frame, what this means is that each candle will take 4 hours to form. After when it starts, if it starts at 3 p.m. and going up and down, at exactly by 7, it will close, jump into and start another one. From that 7, another one will start up until 4 hours, that is 11. It closes and jump into another one. So if you switch it to 1 hour, it means that each candle take 1 hour to form. Alright, so the candle has a wick a body, and open and close. I think I had explained that before. Yeah, so let's just see if we understand that concept. I think I've explained it in the previous video. I've also explained the concept of the doji. Sometimes you get to see a candle that the open and the close is on the same level. Of course, it has a wick. It has left the wick above and a smaller wick below it. So, but the open and the close are this line. They're on the same level. It's not a full body. So this is a type of doji called gravestone. Now we have another type of doji called dragonfly. You can see the difference. The gravestone is like, think of a grave, inverted cross, and dragonfly, think of a fly. The same, just that the wick below is longer than the wick above, and for the other one, the wick above is longer than below. So that's the gravestone doji. Now, doji candles assist traders to spot reversals or continuation trend, and assist traders with an exit signal. I will explain that. Now, this is a doji. Remember, they said it's used to spot reversals, assist you to spot reversals. By that, reversal means if the market has been going up and you don't know when it will stop going up and start going down. You don't know until you see a doji. Once it's going up and then suddenly a doji appears at the top, it means the market wants to reverse. So it has helped you to spot a reversal. So as a rule of thumb, look for gravestone doji in uptrend. It must appear uptrend, not downtrend. In uptrend, for potential reversal, and then you go short. Go short means you sell. Now the next one is this is for reversal. Remember, they said that it's used to spot reversal or continuation. This is an example of reversal. Let's look for example of continuation. So you look for gravestone doji in downtrend for potential continuation and sell. Go short. It's another word for sell. So you see a doji here on this downtrend, so you sell. Now the dragonfly, you look for dragonfly doji on downtrend for potential reversal. So if you have a downtrend, you know the other one was uptrend, you spot it on uptrend, all right, and you sell. But for the continuation, you spot it on downtrend and you sell. But for the dragonfly, you spot it for reversal, you spot it on downtrend. It means reversal from a particular trend. So this trend has been coming down until this appeared. It means the market is about to reverse, and it actually happened. For continuation, remember, for dragonfly, the wick below is longer. So it means that the sellers, the buyers, pushed it up, leaving a longer wick. So which is why it indicates that the buyers are now stronger. That's the implication. This means that the way the market moves up and down, and then the buyers came in and pushed it up, almost pushed it past, almost defeated the sellers. Sellers fight downward, buyers fight upward. So this long wick means that the buyers were stronger. So it means that the market buying means going up, means that the market will go up. So if you spot this when the market is coming down, you spot it at the low, it means the buyers have taken over. So the market will reverse and go up. And the case is the reverse for this one, or reverse is the case for this one. So that is why you see this doji here. Of course, you can see that the wick is longer below, so it will indicate reversal from the downtrend. So it must happen below. For the one that has a longer wick below, it must happen below. The one that has a longer wick above, it must happen above. That's the dragon. That's the gravestone. But this one, the wick is longer below, so it happens at below. Now for continuation, it's also used for continuation. That means, remember, it's for buying. It's for buying. So the continuation will be an uptrend. So buying, you don't buy against, you follow trend. You don't, except you're trading reversal. So when you in an uptrend, when you spot it, you just continue buying. You just buy. So that explains that. Now the next type of candle is the engulfing candle. Is a candle pattern. Engulfing candle assists traders to spot reversals as well. It also indicates a strengthening trend and assists traders with an exit signal. I didn't mention the exits. Probably when you've entered a sell trade here and it's been going down, and suddenly you see this, it means that the market is about to reverse, so you exit the market, which is why they said it also helps the trader in spotting points of exit. Now back to engulfing. There are two types of engulfing. Remember, we did say that it also helps traders to spot reversals. There are two types of it: bullish and bearish. For the bullish, the bullish engulfing candle provides the strongest signal when it appears below at the bottom of the downtrend, indicates a surge in buying pressure. It means the buyer suddenly came in. By bullish engulfing, it means that the bullish candle covers the previous red candle. It covers it. It's like you're trying to look at a short person behind the top person, but you can't see the short person because the top person is blocking. Yeah, so it means the bullish suddenly took over. So the market will reverse. It's been coming from up to down, and suddenly you saw this. So these two candles is what makes up the engulfing. This one engulfing the previous one, covering it well. This has to be red and this has to be green. So when you spot this, you buy, the market will go up. And for bearish engulfing, is simply the opposite of the bullish pattern. It provides strongest signal when appearing at the top of an uptrend. So in this case, these two candles appear at the top where the red candle is covering the previous one. When this happens, the market will usually go down, and you can see that it actually went down. And then the hammer is like think of a hammer or shooting star candles. This is a hammer. All right, this is a shooting star. Shooting star is like an inverted hammer. So how does it work? When you see hammer appear on a downtrend, the potential direction is upward. It means it's reverse of the market to go up. Like by hammer, you can see that it has the head of a hammer, it has a wick. Sometimes the wick, there could be a smaller wick coming up here, but the wick below is very long. And what we have here is like a head, like a square box. That's for the hammer. Then for the shooting star, it appears at the top of an uptrend. Once this appears, you sell. Then for the morning star and evening star, they assist to spot reversals and exits. Now let me explain the concept of morning star. Morning star appears on the low of a downtrend. The concept is when the downtrend starts to weaken, this candle is longer, the next one is shorter. It means the downtrend is weakening, and then suddenly a bullish candle appears. So these three candles makes the morning star, just these three. It means that when a downtrend is weakening, suddenly an uptrend candle shows up. Now, the concept of this weakening is that at this point, there were like, for example, there were 1,000 sellers in this market. Then suddenly, some 800 left the market. Perhaps because they discovered that they just found out that they were in the wrong trade. And 800 left the market. They can see that the candlestick reduced, meaning that some sellers has left the market to buy. And then they bought, and this still means that the sellers who left the market suddenly bought. It means that the market will go up. So when you see this action, it means you buy. When it happens on the downtrend, it involves these three candles. But when it happens on the top, it's called evening star, and also involves three candles, 2 green and 1 red. The buyers were stronger here, and at this point, they started leaving the market to enter sell trade. That's why the candle is short here. So the momentum is reducing. Suddenly, a red candle. It means that the sellers are taking over, and the market will reverse from the top and go down. So you sell. You sell on this. This is where you now sell. When you have this information, you sell. When this candle opens, you just sell. And for the previous one, you buy when you have this information and this has closed, you buy on this candle. Of course, it went down a bit, but it's going way up. So now, the reason why I'm explaining this candle type, pattern, and property is because it is going to be relevant in your entry. It is vital for entry. You remember the soft example is vital when you know the direction of the wavelength and when you know when to gain entry. So this helps us to know when to gain entry into the market, into the forex market. So now that we have this information, let's go to the charts and try to spot entries. Now, before we do that, let me explain the concept of trend line in another video.